Hi everyone, welcome to Domain 2 Lesson 9 with Mrs. Taranjo at the Citizenship Academy. Today we're doing the fall of the Aztec Empire. Our objectives for today are to identify factors that contributed to the decline of the Aztec civilization and summarize the role of Hernán Cortés in the fall of the Aztec Empire. We're also going to use words and phrases to write statements that compare and contrast the Maya and the Aztec. And we're going to distinguish between root words and words with the prefix inter and use those correctly in sentences. Our purpose for reading today is to read to find out how the Aztec Empire rose to power and later crumbled, all within a short time period, and what led to the rapid fall of the powerful Aztec Empire. Some key vocabulary for today. Dominance, the state of being more important, successful, or powerful than most or all others. Ambassador, a person sent to represent his or her government in another land. Procession, a group of people or vehicles moving together as a part of a ceremony. Appointed, established or chosen in an official way. Elite, most successful, powerful, wealthy. Resentment is a feeling of displeasure or anger about something unfair. Might is power or force. Contagious, able to be passed between people or animals, and fragile is easily broken. So this is our pronunciation table for today. I know that the language is a little bit tricky in these chapters, so this is just to help you out a little bit. So I believe the first one is Tatonoi. Tatonoi. The next one is Montezuma. The other one is Cacao, and the other one is Veracruz. Again, try to pronounce it the best you can. It's difficult for us as well. Just do your best. So we're reading Chapter 6, Emperors, Gods, and Foreign Invaders. Feel free to pause the video at any time in order for you to read carefully and get the information that you need. Okay, so some comprehension questions that we're going to talk about. So what led to the rise of the Aztec Empire? Well, the Aztec were constantly waging war against their neighboring city-states, which resulted in population growth and expansion of power. The Aztec Emperor collected taxes from the people in the empire, which contributed to its great wealth. So basically, they were waging all these wars against these city-states and overtaking their land. So they were able to get more power and more people there. And then obviously he collected taxes, so he made more money. So what led to the fall of the Aztec Empire? In waging war against other city-states, the emperor created resentment among those who were conquered. So basically, people were getting really angry that all these wars were going on, so they started kind of not liking him very much, or liking the Aztec very much. Hernán Cortés arrived with the intent to claim the empire for the Spanish. The resentful city-states supported Cortés's mission, and European diseases eventually killed thousands of people. So his mission was basically to destroy the empire, and of course, diseases came and killed people too. Our word work for today is resentment. So the emperor's demands created resentment among the conquering city-states. So resentment means a feeling of displeasure or anger about something unfair, and that is a noun. I'm going to move my video here. Okay, so we're going to be talking about phrases that compare and contrast. We talked a little bit about this before, but it's really important that we are familiar with these words. So these are the words that we would use when we're comparing or similar items. So it might be similar to, likewise, just as, also. Those are words we would use to compare. For this one, for contrast, obviously these are things that are different. So however, whereas, but, on the other hand, these are things that, these are words that we would use to write sentences that would compare or contrast. So for right here, for when we're comparing the Maya and Aztec civilizations, well, which one grew corn, beans, and squash? Well, they both did. So a sentence might be, the Maya and Aztec were similar because they grew corn, beans, and squash. Played an important game of ball, same thing. They likewise, Maya and Aztec, played an important ball game. Here, the Mayans are the only ones that used fresh water found in the cenotes or natural wells, so we would use the contrast side of this. So we're going to be looking at the prefix inter. So a prefix is a syllable or syllables placed at the beginning of a root word to change the word's meaning. The prefix inter can be added to root words that are nouns, verbs, or adjectives. It does not change the part of speech, and the affixed word has the same part of speech as the root. So it doesn't change the meaning of the word or how the word is used. So we're going to do some practice with that. So we have a sentence, and we're going to determine what is the correct which one, if we have to put inter in or if we don't. Montezuma II and Hernan Cortez had a positive meeting when Cortez arrived in Tenochtitlan. Is this an action or an interaction? This is actually an interaction. So when two people are talking to each other, that's an interaction. So we're going to think, is it personal or interpersonal? The use of technology in daily life has greatly changed how people communicate with each other. This is interpersonal. Section or intersection. The creation of the earth myth is part of the Popol Vuh, or sacred book of Maya. This one is a section. Obviously, when we have intersection, remember that's when two things collide. This is only talking about one of those, so one piece of the book, so that's a section. National or international. The American flag is an important symbol of the United States. This is a national item. International would be if we were talking about Europe or things like that, but since we're talking about America, that's a national. So now you're going to go and complete your assessment, and be sure to send it to your teacher. It's going to go along with the lesson we just did, and we will see everyone in our next video.